Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Courtside Soundoff podcast once again. As always, welcome by the one and only Angel Ortega. A lot of stuff to talk about this week, guys. Obviously, we got UFC 272 to go over, UFC Vegas 50, Bellator, a little bit of boxing to close out the show. As always, we are brought to you by Rogue Energy. If you want 10% off your order at rogueenergy.com, use code Soundoff at checkout. Let's go Soundoff at checkout for 10% off of all your energy needs. As always, amazing sponsor of the show, rogueenergy.com. Feel free to go show them some love. Get yourself something. RogueEnergy.com, code SOUNDOFF for 10% off. Last Saturday night, we're going to kick right into it. March 5th, 2022 was the site of the Battle of Miami, which for some reason took place in Las Vegas. Colby Covington, Jorge Masvidal, pay-per-view headliner. You know, Angel, we both went with the dog. We both went with Game Bread. In the end, he had his moments, but for the most part, it was all chaos. Colby Covington defeating Jorge Masvidal via unanimous decision. The cards reading 49-46, 50-44, 50-45. And with that, Colby Covington finally has put an end to his rivalry with Jorge Masvidal, and he's also scored his first win over somebody ranked in roughly 4 years. So, Angel, a lot of stuff to kind of talk about with this one. I thought it was a very fun fight, but just, first of all, did the fight live up to the hype in your eyes? And secondly, what did you think about it?
I told you on our podcast when we did it, man. I told you it's gonna be one of those fights that we're gonna be like, well, in hindsight, you know, and granted that applies to like every fight ever to an extent, right? But I hyped myself up for it, man. I was like, something, I think it's gonna happen, right? I put these thoughts in my head, man. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it ended up being the reality, right, of what could have happened. And I gotta give it to Colby, man. He came out and had a good performance. Honestly, I'll admit it, right? I think everybody after that had to admit to themselves, like, yeah, Colby Covington is a good fighter. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know, man. For me, I felt like something was missing for Jorge there, and he did say he felt like he came out flat or something like that. I don't know, but I saw him in there, Josh, and it didn't seem like he was. I don't know. I don't want to say he wasn't fully there, but something was missing that night from him. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was something mental or maybe he just didn't want to. He was so focused on not losing that it kind of affected the way he fought, or I don't know. I just really felt that way that night where I'm like, something is up, you know? Mm-hmm. And a lot of times I don't really say that, because I could be like, oh, fighter, the issue was this, and that during the fight. Mm-hmm. And, or maybe it might seem like that and it was just Colby was just that good. But I genuinely do feel like something was up with Masvidal. There's something there. I don't know what it was, but there was a little bit of something going on there. I don't know what it was.
For me, I think, I kind of see what you're saying there. I think part of it is that I thought they both came out looking a little bit weird, like early during the introductions. Could be because they're fighting with the former best friend and training partner and all that, but like I did think that Jorge did come out a little bit flat. I thought he got going. He started getting going in round 2, but by that point he'd already, been on his back for a couple minutes.
Don't tell me about round 2, bro.
Why?
Well, you didn't get to watch it live. I forgot about that, right?
No, I didn't. Wait. Oh, is it
the pay-per-view cut out? Yeah, the fucking ESPN pay-per-view cut out for fucking like 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, which by the way, that was Masvidal's best round. I actually thought he won round 2.
I heard that. I need to be reimbursed. By the way. ESPN.
Yeah, I thought he won round 2, and I thought he'd start getting going, but then by that point, he was starting to get a little bit tired, and he, spent a lot of his time on his back. And it's interesting because, like, Jorge, I actually thought he did a good job at times, like, stuffing that first takedown attempt. And maybe the third, maybe even the, second and third, but that fourth, that fifth gear that Covington was able to get into, that's where he got the takedowns. And as time went on, he just started getting them easier and easier because he started draining Jorge. I thought for the first time, he's 37. I don't want to say he looked old in there, because, he was still throwing, and the biggest sign of, like, an old gun-shy fighter is they just don't throw. And he wasn't. He was throwing. But, like, for the first time, I was like, you know what? Jorge looks a little bit old in there, man. Like, it's because he peaked so late. He started peaking around 34, 35. We kind of forget, like, dude's 37, about to be 38, That's tough at 170. You can get away with that at heavyweight, light heavyweight, not at 170, dude. Especially a guy like Colby who's just going to drain you. And he's, 33, 34, I forget. Like, multiple years younger. So.
He slowed down. I think maybe you can admit. Can we say that? Jorge was a little.
Oh, yeah. I mean, no doubt about it.
He's officially slowed down. Like, as far as speed, and it's just going to happen, right? Like, that's just a reality. And, it's just how life goes, man. He's just not going to be, now he has to be, he has to rely on like spurts of explosivity. And he had a moment there. You remember the moment where he,
round 4, he dropped him.
He dropped him, yeah, and he just didn't put it to the metal like he should have, there. That was one of those moments where I was like, I don't know. I felt like you should have seized that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw him talking about it, and, obviously he was tired, so he didn't go for it, and I don't think he wanted to risk the chance of him gassing out even worse trying to go for the knockout. But he talked about it in the post-fight, he's like, you know what? Yeah, I fucked up. I had about a 10-second window to close the show there, and I just, I didn't put the pressure down.
And he has a fucking chin, dude.
He does have a chin, and, you know what, dude, like, here's my controversial opinion, and I want you to hear me out on this one. So Jorge Masvidal, he's now lost 3 in a row, but he's still top 3 paid in the UFC. He just signed a big deal, 6-fight deal.
I think I know what you're going to say.
I really do think that these two will actually meet again.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think they will. I think both of these guys are at a tier, right? Where I'm not saying like within the next year, not even maybe the next 2, maybe not even the next 3.
BMF title on the line?
Potentially. I think these guys are at a tier where they're not championship caliber. I know, controversial to say everybody rides Colby's nuts. I actually thought he looked a lot worse in this than he did against Usman. I think he rises to the level of his competition. I think that's probably it. Like, I think he's not going to beat Usman. He's down 0-2.
He could be a stylistic thing too,
Yeah, I think that's a lot of it, but let's be honest. Neither one of these guys are going to win the title anytime soon.
What you think, man? That's what you think.
Jorge is the BMF champion. So
wait till I see you next time, Josh. Wait till I see you next time.
Wait till I see you next time. I'll lose via decision this time instead of knockout.
You got knocked out by Usman.
Yeah, dude. Neither one of these guys are at a point where they're going to win the title, but they're also too big to fight names like Bilal Muhammad or Luque or something like that.
That's rough, isn't it?
Especially Masvidal.
Dude, by the way, Bilal Muhammad's just a punching bag for that division, isn't he? When it comes to like guys who just don't get the respect, right?
Well, and you know what's funny is there's a very good possibility. Like if Usman retires, and let's say Hazmat loses or something, Bilal Muhammad may be champ. Like I truly think he's a bad matchup for a lot of guys. I think he probably beats Luque, honestly.
I don't know. We'll see. That fight's going to happen here soon, so we'll be able to give our predictions for that.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have to see, though. But regardless, Bilal Muhammad's a bad man, but at the same time, like, what my point is, like, he doesn't have the name, nor does he have the fighting, like, the stylistic, like, thing that grabs casuals for him to fight a Masvidal or a Covington. And not a whole lot of guys
he can semi-talk, too.
Yeah.
Semi.
But also, like, my point is, like, these guys, Masvidal and Covington, are guys that are, like, they're only going to be fighting top-tier guys, which is why Covington knows, he knows that. That's why he called out Dustin Poirier, who's another big name, but not a title guy.
And it's a money fight for those guys. They both get paid.
Yeah, so I think these two are probably going to fight somewhere down the line. Even Masvidal teased it. He's like, his post-fight statement was something along the lines of he showed the picture of him knocking down Colby, and he said, like, something along the lines of, far from over, I'll be back, or something.
That shit did kind of go hard, not going to cap.
He did, because he knocked the shit out of Colby, dude. Like, shout out, Colby Covington's got a chin, bro.
I mean, he took shots from Kamaru, but granted, Kamaru didn't land a shot on Colby like he did on Jorge.
Yeah, I also think that eventually, dude, I'm a little bit worried for Colby, dude. At a certain point, that chin's gonna go, bro.
100%. He's taking some fucking shots, bro.
He had a war with Kamaru. He had 2 wars with Kamaru.
Dude, I thought it was gonna happen in this one, Josh. I thought it was a possibility in this one.
Same. And here's the thing: if he gets cracked like that in the first round, fight's over. Masvidal swarms him and knocks him out. Dude, he's lucky. He's lucky because obviously,
he's lucky he didn't see 3 Jorge Masvidalos. He only saw 2 Jorge Masvidalos.
No, but it's obviously beneficial to him that he didn't get rocked like that in the first or the second. Whenever Masvidal set up that shot in the fourth. If he set that up in the first, we're talking about Masvidal victory, dude. But he instead of rocking him in the first round, he rocked him in the final minute of the fourth where he didn't have the gas to knock him out at that point. So, yeah, man, I like Colby, dude. I think he knows that, like, yeah, I'm probably not going to be champ for a while, and I'm too big of a star to fight a guy that are some of these other contenders that don't have big names. So we call that Dustin Poirier. Do you like that fight for either guy?
Fuck it, dude. I let these guys get paid. I mean, it could be fun. You never know. Build up will be good. They'll stack the pay-per-view, so yeah. Fuck it.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think they could fight somewhere down the line. I don't think it's next. I think, Diaz-Poirier makes all the sense in the world, but they're obviously not trying to have Nate fight right now, either until A, he gets a new contract, or B, McGregor gets healthy. If either one of those two things happen, I mean...
I know McNugget's trying to make his way back.
So look, dude, all I'm saying is that, they just booked, California in June or July. I think it's late June they booked him.
Really?
Diaz homecoming against McGregor or Poirier. Makes a lot of sense.
Stockton?
Stockton, motherfucker, Stockton. Yeah, man. One last thing to hit from this main event. Jorge Masvidal now lost 3 in a row. You know, he's at a weird place in his career. I talked about it a bit earlier because he peaked so late in his career. He's 34 when he had Masvidal Mania, where he became a huge star. And you know, he lost a year because of COVID. Essentially a year. He had one fight against Usman with 6 days notice, and they got knocked out by Usman again, where you had to miss all 2021. This is his third fight in 3 years, man. What's next for him? I mean, do you think this is kind of like the end of Jorge Masvidal being that kind of A-list guy, that top guy, one of the top guys in the company?
No, dude. We'll run these guys down to the very end, Josh. You know this.
Mm-hmm.
So no.
True. As far as moving forward, what do you think is next?
I have no idea, Josh. Like, I'm actually, like, I'll admit it to you. I have no idea what's next for Jorge Masvidal. Generally don't. I mean, just fun matchups. Whatever those fun matchups can be.
Mm-hmm.
Look, he might fight Diaz for the BMF title.
Fair enough. You know, I think I
never said what Diaz though.
Oh, whoa, no way. No. You know what's funny? I actually think that fight makes a lot of sense.
That fight actually kind of makes sense. In the age gap?
Nick or Nate. Either one.
Either one, yeah. Fuck it. Avenge the brother, bro.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of fights that make a whole bunch of sense right now for Jorge. I understand that, like, he's lost 3 in a row, so I don't think you should fight a top contender. No chance. Like, they gotta give him a break.
Leon Edwards. Well, Josh, he was going to fight Leon Edwards. He might do Leon Edwards dirty.
Oh, fuck, dude. Poor Leon. Yeah, I think there's a lot of fights they could make. I think fighting either Diaz brother, maybe Robbie Lawler, maybe McGregor makes sense, but not next. Maybe let both those guys get a nice win, and then they can go ahead and book it. You know, it's there's a lot of stuff that they can do with him, honestly. So we'll see what happens. Moving on down the card, co-main event. Not a whole lot to say about this one in terms of actual competitiveness, but
I had a bone to pick with the people for this one, Josh.
Huh?
I have a bone to pick with the people for this one.
All right, tell me about
on Twitter. Multiple people, they were like, "Throw in the towel. This should be stopped." Fight gets to the 5th round. 5th round happens, right? That's the one where Maikana comes on, does his thing.
Wins round 5, yeah.
Everybody's like, "Oh my God, what a warrior!" This and that. All of this. This is the guy you wanted to be. This is the guy that you all said, "Throw in the towel. It's over. He has no chance." But then you praise him? Come on.
I do think that kind of, I don't know, man.
You got to keep the same energy, bro. You got to keep the same energy.
I'm conflicted about it. I didn't say anything, so I mean, I'm saying.
I didn't say anything. I was like, if he wants to go on his own shield, that's good for him. That's what he wants to do. I respect it. If it was my fighter, it's a different story, right? I don't know what I would do, right? I'm not gonna say, right? Depends of the person, depends of the circumstance, right? Does my fighter have kids? Does my fighter have, do I know of any other, like shit. Fucking Bisping was, missing an eye, and his coach knew that the whole time, knowing the fact that he could go blind in the other eye. There's shit like that you have to take into account too, you know what I mean? But all I'm saying is, to all the people out there who were saying that, and then I saw on their Twitters, later be like, what a warrior. He let it all out there, you know what I mean? But, they were like, throw in the towel. It's over. Why are they stopping this?
Yeah, I'm a little bit, personally, I'm conflicted.
Because Josh would have thrown in the towel. No,
look, I'll be honest, I'm a little bit conflicted on what exactly my thoughts on that. Because in a way, like, obviously at the time, probably should have been stopped. But at the same time, he did come back in the 5th round. I saw some people saying that's because RDA let his foot off the gas. I do think he did, but I also think Moicano saw that RDA was letting him. I was like, fuck you, man. This is going to be a real fight.
I'm
and then
gonna
he
go.
he landed some huge shots in the 5th round. Won round 5, in my opinion.
No, actually, yes. I'll take it, yeah.
Yeah, so.
I was joking around. I'm like, is RDA sandbagging? At first it seemed like that, but he got tired.
He kind of was, but, you know.
But then he was actually tired.
Yeah, I think it was a combination. If he was starting to let his foot off the gas, he's like, you know what? I've beaten him within an inch of his life. I don't really got to put it on him anymore. And then Hanada's like, no, fuck that, bro. We're still fighting. And then he started landing some bombs in the final minute.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Yeah, man. I mean, as far as this goes, Adesanya got in the win. Did he even move up at all? No, he didn't move up at all. He's still number 6 in the division. What do you want to see next for him?
Like I said, I'm down for a Michael Chandler fight.
Fair enough. Yeah, man.
Get this man to actually fight at 155. He hasn't fought at 155 yet.
Yeah, he's in a weird place, dude. He's in a really, really weird place.
He's on the older end, but decently ranked. I don't know. A lot of the guys are busy, wrapped up right now. Doesn't really want to fight down. Mm-hmm. Maybe he fights Connor.
Maybe.
Finally.
Moving on down, man. God damn, we were wrong about this one, huh?
Look, I'll still give my opinion, bro. I don't think anything's changed for me personally.
Bryce Mitchell defeating Edson Barboza via wide unanimous decision. 30-25, 30-26, 30-27. Angel, hit me with your opinion.
I said if he was going to win, he was going to have to hold him down and keep him down. I didn't know if he was going to be able to do that, right?
Yeah.
The way he fights. I'll tell you this, though. When it was on the feet, though, and granted, he did drop fucking Barboza. That was a big fucking surprise to me, though. That
was crazy, yeah.
That was crazy. But I will say this, dude. You did see him walking back, and when he was on his back foot, you can see the discomfort in him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I do think he still has a lot of growth. Because look, I'll tell you this right now. If that's Korean Zombie, that's a hard ass fucking fight for that kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good jiu-jitsu, good stand-up. Not gonna get, and if he gets to take it down, dangerous off his back, and if he can do, he could scramble, he can do a bunch of shit, right? So I think once he gets to those guys near the top 5, I think that he's gonna start getting into some pretty hard fights. It's like, we'll actually see, like, what Bryce Mitchell's made of. I'm not gonna take away from his performance, but the thing is, you do see, like, there's holes. You know what I mean?
There absolutely is, especially on the feet. But as far as, this fight goes, dude, this is the first real time. I mean, I've thought it before, especially right before he went down to featherweight, but, like, this is the first time that I really thought, like, dude, Barboza looks all of 36. Like, same. I thought, yeah, like, he, fuck, man. Even in his prime, was he susceptible to the great wrestlers? Absolutely. But, dude, like, that was a Habib-style mauling. And as much as I love Bryce Mitchell, I think he's a fun guy, fun personality. He's not Habib, dude. Like, he's like Andre Feely nearly beat him the fight before this, if I remember correctly. Not nearly beat him, but he gave him some close rounds, had nice grappling exchanges, won a round, I know. Dude, like, fuck, dude. Barboza looked all of 36. He looked a lot older in there, looked a lot slower in there. I don't know where he goes from here, but Bryce Mitchell, yeah, I think he's got to kind of move to that top level now where he's going to fight some of those really, really good guys. But
we'll see. We'll see what he does. We'll see how far his jiu-jitsu can still continue to take him.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens moving forward with him. Still a very interesting guy. I think it's important to note, too, by the way, only 27. Only 27.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of room to grow there. That's a scary thought for the people at the top.
Right, 15-0. Interesting personality, too. We've seen a lot come out during fight week, man.
Hey, man, it's a philanthropy, though. I got to respect it.
Exactly. I mean, I got no hate for him. I don't come to Bryce Mitchell for political opinions, bro. Like, come on. Anyways, though, moving on down the card, Kevin Holland. Man, this was a banger, dude. Defeating Alex Oliveira via TKO round 2. Dude, Kevin Holland at 170. What do you think after one fight?
Crazy. Didn't expect him to end up in the position he did in that first round, right? Fucking crazy. But he came back in the second and did what he had to do. I still do think he would have been I think he should have stayed at 185, got a nutritionist, put on some weight, because he wasn't even as in great shape as he could have been at 185 to compete with some of these guys. And to me, Like I said previously in the last episode, I thought he could have got the title. Getting to the title at 185 would have been significantly quicker than getting to the title at 170 for him, and he could have got there.
And I also think,
depending how he got there, right? Maybe he could give Izzy a good fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think also at 185, dude, like, it's gonna be a lot tougher for him to get a title shot at 170. Also, once he actually gets to the top level, that shit is filled with wrestlers, dude.
Yeah, the shit he had an issue with.
Yeah, so it's definitely...
Like, what wrestlers does he have left at, 185? Like, Kelvin, and he's not gonna fight Kelvin, you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't on that kind of losing streak, you know what I mean? Yeah,
there's not a whole lot of guys, so I don't know, man. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me personally, but regardless, I did think he looked very good here. I thought he looked very, very good.
He did. He had, like I said, he had that one of those scare at the end, but he said he was cool. Gave the thumbs up. Great fucking picture, by the way.
Absolutely dope picture. That's gonna be one that's like in the highlight reel,
Oh yeah.
But, anyways, opening up the main card, I think it's gotta be the end for Greg Hardy, dude. TKO round 1.
I said it. I was like, how fast do you think he takes him down?
And he, like, I don't even know what to say, dude. Like, it was instant. The instant he got him down, too, it was over. Like, it was straight up over. I did not expect that. I mean, what do you even say about it, dude? Honestly.
They just, I think there's a number of things, man. It's, he pushed himself, right, which we gotta respect. At the same time, maybe some lack of responsibilities with dietary things, some dietary choices. But, I mean, yeah, it's probably the end of the run, man. I mean, this is it. I would assume so.
More than likely. That's kind of what I'm thinking as well. I mean, this is the last fight on his contract, so.
Oh yeah, it's over.
Is there worse guys in the UFC than Greg Hardy? Absolutely. Is he worth it at that name value in the contract that he had for him to fight? No. We've also seen his level. I mean, his level is...
Josh, I could have beat Greg Hardy. I'm just
kidding. we know his level. Top 15, top 20, but can't go anywhere past that. So it is what it is. Yeah, I think the highlight of his UFC career is probably stepping on like a week to fight Volkov and did surprisingly well. So that's probably it, honestly.
Didn't get knocked out.
Did not get knocked out. Landed some nice stuff in round 1, going into, I believe, Russia for that too. So he earned my respect, but, I think that's the end of the run for him. Probably BKFC next or something along those lines, maybe boxing. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. As far as the undercard fights go, what are some of the ones you want to go and talk about?
Where should we start? I mean, we got to highlight Tim Elliott, man. It didn't come without controversy though, Josh. Any thoughts about that? I don't know if you know about that.
Yeah, I know. Apparently he broke a bunch of rules and actually admitted to at least one of them. He admitted that he grabbed the glove.
Hey, man.
I think they asked him, he's like, hell yeah, I did. And I'm like, dude, he is the first guy I've ever seen to admit that, like, yeah, I know I get free fouls, so I'm going to use them.
I mean, it's
in a way secret. I respect it. On the other hand, I'm like, dude, Tim. Like,
it's no secret, though, Josh. We've always talked about the fact that you could get away with it. Like, it's literally there.
John Jones I take that back. John Jones is the only guy to admit to it, and he knows that he's going to get away with it. Tim Elliott's number 2.
There you go. I mean,
if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Hey man, I mean, regardless though, even with the fouls though, I mean, Tim Elliott still won the fight,
Oh yeah, I thought he won. I know.
With the point taken away though, different story, right? But
I know some people thought that it was controversial. I thought he won, but
no, I thought he won too. I was like, yeah, that's Tim Elliott win. Big win for the former title challenger, right?
Yeah, I mean, 3. You know what's interesting? At one point, he'd lost like something like 4 or 5. Look at it now, dude. Look at his record. He's won 3 of his last 4. That one loss to the Matthias Nicolau, who's really good. So
there you go.
Shout out him, dude. He's put it together. Still staying relevant. Yeah, man. As far as the rest of the card goes, I thought, there's some interesting undercard fights. Marina Rodriguez got to get that title shot next. Let me rephrase. She has to fight the winner of Esparza versus Namajunas. That's it. I mean, did you think she actually beat Yang Janan though?
Yeah, but it's gonna sound crazy. I thought Yan looked like the better fighter.
I can kind of see it. I actually thought the Marine Rodriguez slowed down a bit from her last fight. I thought she looked really, really good against Mackenzie Dern, and then this one I was like,
It wasn't the same. It wasn't the same kind of performance. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
It happens.
Regardless, though, she's got to fight for the title next.
At some point.
Next fight. Yeah.
At some point. Yeah.
For sure.
If Rose ever fights this year.
Yeah.
Or, Rose only fights one time this year, as she does.
I've heard that she's trying to get in two. She's trying to get in 2 fights, but
we'll see.
We obviously don't know if that's going to happen.
It also depends how the fight goes, right? Because damage and shit, you never know.
Yeah, we don't know. As far as the rest of the card goes, man, Marina Moroz getting a solid win over Maria Agapova. Man, shout out her, man. It's a tough time. She's had, obviously, her family's in the Ukraine. She said that she's had some friends that have died in the Ukraine.
I don't know that.
Fucking rough, man.
It's a big W for her.
She did pick up the win. Love to see it. Shout out her. Couldn't be happier. As far as the rest of the card, I mean, there was some nice. There's Umar Nurmagomedov, that kid. I mean, I don't even know what you really say this.
No surprise. Effortless.
No surprise. Yeah. I mean, yeah, man. Kind of I loved the main card, but moving on down, there wasn't a whole lot there.
No big names. No big names, though.
No big names. I do want to give a quick shout out to Justin Jacoby, though, dude. The most deceptive winning streak in the UFC. The most deceptive one. Currently riding, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a 7-fight unbeaten streak. 6 wins and 1 draw against Iancu Delaba. Ranked 15 now. Very deceptive winning streak, dude. Very deceptive. So, shout out the former Glory kickboxer, dude. And now he's ranked,
33 years young.
Very, very technical. Been a big fan of him ever since he stepped in on 4 days notice, for, I want to say it was UFC 268. Yeah, man, he's a solid dude. I like him a lot. But, yeah, man, I am very hyped for this weekend's card. UFC 272 was fun, but dude, this Apex card coming up. UFC Vegas 50 this Saturday night. Thiago Santos, Magomed Ankalaev, and 2 of the light heavyweights throwing down. Number 5, number 6, a very big turning point fight. Thiago Santos, ever since he had that injury against John Jones, he hasn't really looked the same. He did pick up a win last time out against Johnny Walker. He's taking on, in my opinion, the hottest dude in the division, Magomed Ankalaev. Very big fight, very big turning point fight. Do you think Thiago Santos has enough left in the tank to pull out another great performance?
I don't know, Josh. I mean, Magomed Ankalaev is coming in as a minus 450 favorite into this fight. I mean, this guy's a fucking killer, dude. Look, before Yuri Prochazka entered the UFC, we had Magomed Ankalaev, who we thought was going to be the next guy, champ and be the guy challenging for the title. Obviously, history played out a little different. Things happened. Had to redo a few fights. Beat a guy who challenged for the title. You know how life goes.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're here, man, and he's probably setting himself up to be the guy next in line for the title again. Is Thiago Santos. And I think he's going to get it done, Josh. I don't know. I think he needs to come out here and make a statement, though. Last two fights have been a decision. Obviously, tough guys, Volkan Ozdemir and Nikita Krylov. But I think he needs to come out here and make a big statement against Thiago Santos, former title challenger. Give a hell of a fight to John Jones. Eked out a win against Johnny Walker. Well, not really. I shouldn't say eked out, but not the most exciting fight against Johnny Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Boring fight against Alexander Rakic, but that's just how life goes. In my opinion, underrated fight against Glover Teixeira.
Great fight.
That I thought could have been fight of the year. Yeah, Josh, I think Magomed Ankalaev is just that guy right now, still.
Same. And it's been unfortunate, at least, for Thiago Santos to take this fight, because I thought he got back on track against Johnny Walker. But he's just at that stage in his career, dude, where, he's getting older. He's 38. He tore everything in his legs in that fight against John Jones. The fact that we're getting any more fights out of him is a miracle. I really do think that Glover Teixeira fight's going to go down as his final Hail Mary, so to speak, his final, great performance, final great fight. Because he's looked so much slower against Rakic and Walker. I do think if there's any fight that's going to get him up it's going to be this one. And I think he's going to show some flashes, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I'm going to go take Magomed Ankalaev. I'm so high on this kid. I mean, still, he's only 29. He's looked so... I mean, yes, he had the slip up against Paul Craig. Even that, though, like, he got submitted in the final second after beating the shit out of him for the previous 14 minutes before that. So, yeah, man, I'm still extremely, extremely high on Magomed Ankalaev. I think he's going to be champ sooner rather than later. But we'll see what happens. Co-main event is also a phenomenal fight. Another fight that is very much a turning point fight for both of these guys. Marlon Moraes, he's only 33, but 3 losses in a row. Arguably, I mean, if we're being real here, probably should be 5. I mean, he got knocked out 3 times in a row. He had the split decision win against Aldo that everybody thought was so egregious. The UFC decided to pretty much essentially credit Aldo with the win, and he got knocked out by Henry Cejudo before that. Song Yadong, I don't know what you say about this kid. 24 years old, came into the UFC back in 2017. He's pretty much a baby at that point. And we've seen him just evolve every single fight since then. And it's really shown in these last 2 performances against Casey Kenny and Julio Arce that he's there. He's coming on, and he's fucking ready, dude. Training out of Team Alpha Male. He's looked phenomenal. Ranked number 14 now. Big crossing point for both these guys. Do you think Marlon Moraes has enough left in the tank to get it done against Song Yadong?
Dude, Marlon Moraes has not shown us anything in his last 4 or 5 fights. It has shown us that he should probably win this fight. Look, if Marlon has shown us anything, and I mean, maybe in that Morale fight, yes, he did. I'll give him credit there, right? But obviously he ended up getting finished, so, you know what I mean? It is what it is, but, man, I mean, it's still a dangerous fight for Song Yadong, right? Because at any moment, Marlon Moraes, if he shows up, I mean, it's gonna be bad, right? Let's be honest. The thing is, does Marlon Moraes show up? Do we get that old Marlon Moraes that we've been missing? Or we get the Marlon Moraes that, is getting touched, man? Is he getting, clipped? I mean, I don't know if it's Josh's damage. Is it something else? Is he gun shy? Like, I remember a while back, I don't think, we figured it out yet. Like, what's going wrong, right? But, ever since that Henry fight, man, it just something just hasn't been the same. Whatever it is, it's something's just not clicking the same anymore. Look, I'm gonna pick Song Yadong just cause Marlon Moraes, and I had picked Marlon Moraes a lot previously in his previous fight, Josh, but it's just like, and I'm like, he's gonna turn it around this time, and he's gonna do it this time. I don't think he's gonna lose this guy. But man, Josh, I mean, does Marlon Moraes get cut after this, Josh, or is he on like really close to being cut?
I think he's on cut territory. I think if he loses this one, which I think he does, he's probably on a nice contract. I mean, he was a contender who fought for the title. I think he's gonna lose this one. I think he's gonna get cut, dude. I mean, there's no way you can rationalize keeping him around. I mean, if we're being
Eagle
really
FC,
Eagle FC or Bellator. I think he's probably gonna be Bellator bound. I think he'd fit in really well at 135 there.
he could make a little nice little run there too.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, man. It's just a little bit, depressing, dude. I really thought this guy, he was so close to being champion, too.
We picked him to beat Henry.
Yeah, and he got close, too. I mean, he was beating the hell out of Henry for a while there.
It was a fall from grace.
It really, really was, dude. It really, really was. I mean, as far as this fight goes, dude, like I said, I'm gonna go and pick Song Yadong. And it's unfortunate because I really do think that they probably, I don't know if they want to get rid of him in the UFC or what, because it's like...
It might be, dude. I mean...
Yeah.
Just the way the card's set up, man, you see some of the people who are fighting and they're kind of putting them in a position to make or break it on this main card, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know, man. We'll see what happens, though. I think it's going to be a fun fight regardless, but I really do think this is going to, set up for Song Yadong to get the nice... huge win. That's really the way I think of it. Yeah, man, we'll see what happens, though. Moving on down the card, I mean, look, man, as far as the card goes, we can essentially just go one down. I mean, if we're being completely honest. Normally I ask you, but we really just got to go one down. Sadiq Yusuf, 28 years young, huge prospect in the division, taking on 33-year-old Alex Caceres, who despite being in the UFC for a damn decade, he's hitting his prime, dude. He's hitting his prime, 5-fight winning streak, and he's been finishing fights too, dude. His last win was against Sung Woo Choi. who was a huge favorite, another big prospect. Caceres shut him down.
Submitted him.
He faced Kevin Crew. Beat him. He faced Austin Springer, the only man who up until, Calvin Kattar had beaten your boy, whose name is slipping me right now. I feel really, really dumb about it. Giga Chizanaki. He was the only man to beat him in the UFC. Got submitted by Caceres. He's out here, Chase Hooper, shut him down. He's out here shutting down these prospects, taking on another one. What are your thoughts about this matchup, man?
It's exciting. It's fun. It's time for Alex Caceres to show up, though, Josh. I mean, he's hitting his prime. He's hitting his stride now. 33 years old. He's going to turn 34 this year. It's showtime for Bruce Leroy, man. He's got to get these fights in. He's got to get these matchups. And if he wants to get to that title, he has to make the run right now.
For sure, man. For sure. And, a lot of people I don't know what the odds are for this one, but, man, I think people have got to stop betting against Bruce Leroy, dude. They really got to stop because
I can get it for you. He's a slight underdog. Plus 190. Sadiq Yusuf is a minus 230.
That sounds a lot better.
It's a close fight. And it's a winnable fight for him too.
Yeah, it really, really is. It's a nice fight for both these guys, honestly. Yeah, man, we'll see what happens. Very, very hyped for this one. Probably might be my favorite fight of the weekend. Just gonna be straight up. I love this comeback story about Alex Caceres.
That will move him to 12. And honestly, Barbosa's not gonna fight anytime soon. Maybe they decide to do Dan Egan. Maybe not. Bryce Mitchell's not gonna be booked. He's gonna get a big name. Giga. I guess they could give him maybe a Giga push. Arnold Allen, obviously he's set up. Josh, it just depends how hard they want to push Alex after this fight if he is to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go move on here. But yeah, just one quick thing to touch on. Yeah, I really think that at 145 right now, if he wins this one, he's gonna get close, dude. Caceres, not Yusuf. I really don't think this does a whole lot for him. But if he wins this one, fuck, dude. We got to start talking about Alex Caceres potentially getting a title shot somewhere down the line.
He's streaking, bro. He's streaking. That's the main difference between him and Yusuf. Yusuf's coming off a loss. Obviously, he was running one streak before that. But Caceres can keep extending it.
Mm-hmm. For sure. As far as the card goes, my man, what are some of the other fights you're looking to talk about?
Josh, we got to highlight one of our favorite 155er prospects who says he's going to be champ here in the next 2-3 years, Josh. Terrence McKinney stepping in on short notice to fight Drew Dober. First of all the respect to Terrence McKinney, man. He's come in here and he's making himself be known. You love that, right? You love that out of a young guy. And he's fighting Drew Dober, though, man. That's a tough-ass fight, man. That's Terrence McKinney, if he does win this, his next fight could be against a ranked guy. Mm-hmm. Or damn near a close to ranked guy, like a guy right outside, the top 15. And Drew Dober is that guy who's just right outside of the top 15. Like, he could be number, 17 or 16 or 18 or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a big fight for McKinney, man.
Yeah, man, it is. And I'm a huge fan of Terrence McKinney, but part of me wonders if this is too much too soon. I've hyped this kid up a lot.
I was wondering that too, Josh. I was wondering that too.
I also don't like that it's short notice, I think if he had a full training camp, this one would probably feel a lot different. Granted, this kid's essentially taken most of his fights on short notice. Matt Frivola short notice, he just fought
and he's taken not much time in the octagon either to make him.
Yeah, Drew Dober's a bad man pajama though, dude. He's a bad man, and I think because he's lost a couple fights in a row, a lot of people really do forget how good he is. That fight against Brad Riddell was insane too.
Oh no, he's a gamer.
He really is. But we'll have to see what happens, man. I think this is a nice matchup, though. Regardless, I think it's going to be a hell of a fight.
What pages you?
Yeah. But we'll see what happens there, dude. I think the really big fight is Alex Bahia. He's been hyped to oblivion. 34 years old, coming off a knockout win over Intrias Machildas. Machildas? I still don't know how you pronounce that kid's name. Feel bad. He's Greek. My bad. And that was in UFC 268. Got a huge spot on the prelims, headlining prelim, if I remember correctly. And he's opening with the main card here, taking on Bruno Silva, who hits really, really hard, but it's gonna be rough for him, man. Really rough. If you're getting rocked by Jordan Wright, I'm not really sure what you can do against Alex Bahia. How many more fights do you think it's going to take for him to get a title shot? He was already talking about it this week. He said he probably should have gotten a title shot after his last fight, which is
oh my god.
insane. Yeah, I'm starting to think he's getting a little bit ahead of himself. But how many more fights do you think?
They could give him 2 more fights, like 2 more guys. Like they could give him a rank guy after this, and then another rank guy after this. And then just depends who they are. Like I said, that could be. I forgot who I said, but I said the right guys like Darren. Like at the time, it was like Kevin Holland, Darren Till, or something like that. I think I might have said, or I don't know what the names were, but I know I had Darren Till in there as one of the names.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's getting close, dude. I really do think. I think if they're pushing.
It's only been one fight, Josh. You haven't even seen this one.
No, I know, but they're pushing him so hard, and that's not a mistake, dude.
Doing it on purpose.
Yeah, for sure. As far as the rest of the card goes, dude, I think the only one we didn't touch on is Khalil Roundtree Jr. Which, I mean, it's kind of depressing to me at this point, but, he's going to take on Carl Robertson. Neither one of these guys are very good. That should be a banger. I mean, it should be fun.
They're like in the same place though, like as far as careers though.
Mm-hmm.
And they got very similar records. Age is relatively close. Like they're kind of in the similar spot. You know what I mean? They're just trying to see who pushes out of it. And Khalil Roundtree won his last fight too, very impressively.
Yeah.
But look, at the same time though, look at the people that Carl Roberson fought. I mean, Brendan Allen, Marvin Vettori in his last 2 fights. I mean, one of those guys just fought for the title not so long ago. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you got to look into that as well.
Yeah.
And then another one of his losses is to now, the champ at 205, Glover Teixeira.
Aged real well.
Yeah, so you got Wellington Turman on here too, who just got a nice little submission win. I mean, he has that on his resume.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. There's a lot to look into these guys. Like I said, this is just I think this is a fight to see who kind of breaks out of their shell a bit. Obviously, the good thing for Roundtree is that he's coming off a win, and sadly for Carl Roberson, he's coming off a loss.
Yeah,
actually, that's 2 really good guys.
Yeah, that's rough. As far as the rest of the card goes, man, that the main card is, in my opinion, the greatest main card, probably in the Apex era. As far as the undercard goes, there's some nice fights there. JJ Aldridge versus Jillian Robertson should be pretty fun. Damon Jackson's back. He survived after nearly bleeding to death in his last fight. Sabina Mazo taking on Miranda Maverick. She's coming in on short notice. That should be a lot of fun. Yeah, but is there any other fights you want to go and touch on?
I mean, Josh, Chris Martinez back. You got to highlight the superstar
my bad.
Of last year's pay-per-view.
Yeah, man.
At the end of the year pay-per-views. I mean, he's back. Let's see, is he UFC caliber? I mean, granted, though, they're kind of giving him a good matchup,
Mm-hmm.
They're giving him a 40-year-old Argentinian guy.
Guido Candetti, 42.
Lost his last 3 fights.
I'm shocked that he's in the UFC still, dude. I mean, he's been in the UFC for 8 years.
They must really, really like him. He must have a very nice personality.
Yeah, apparently. I mean, fuck, dude. I didn't realize how old Guido was. Damn.
He
was on one of those first tough spin-off seasons.
Yes. Yeah. No, he was on the Latin America one.
Oh, my bad. I thought that was Brazil for some reason. Yeah, never mind.
It was the one that Yair won.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dude. He's been around in the game for a long time. Fuck, dude. I had no idea Guido was 42. I feel so old right now. Anyways, yeah. This is a layup for our boy Chris Moutinho.
Well, they're trying to help Chris Moutinho here. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a full on layup.
Not a layup necessarily, because if you look at who Guido's lost to, they're good guys, but this is a fight that they're hoping he wins. I'll put it like that.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, absolutely,
for sure. Because even though he got mauled in that fight with Sean, showed a lot of personality, showed a lot of heart. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. Yeah, man, that's not the only MMA this weekend, though. Bellator 276 going down, actually, it's St. Louis, Missouri. You and I talked about this one, but
I wanted a road trip.
Not making the trip.
Some bullshit, dude. We could have been there for media day.
I know. My bad, guys. You know what? Well, Angel, you should still. Are you signed up for Bellator, like virtual media days?
Yes.
Okay.
I still get emails. Haven't been to one actually, never been to one.
Yeah, I haven't been to one in at least 2 months. But yeah.
They happen at times that I can't go to them though, so it's like, yeah, it's not like I don't want to go to them, I just can't go to them.
True. But yeah, regardless, Bellator 276 going down from St. Louis, Missouri. Very much a low-key card. I do like this main event, though. Mads Burnell, who I've talked about before. I think he was a bullshit cut from the UFC.
As you can tell, yeah.
Yeah, he's taking on Adam Boric, Adam Boric got a nice highlight reel, 17-1, only lost to Darion Caldwell, former champ, obviously, and he's won 3 in a row since that, dude. Very much a turning point fight, both these guys, near the top at 145. Do you got this one, my man?
Fuck, man, this is a hard fight. This is a pick'em fight, dude, honestly, in my opinion. This is really, I mean, this is the next guy at this weight class, dude. If you're thinking about it, like, is it Adam Boric? Is it Mads Burnell? It's like, pick your poison, who do you want? I don't think there's a wrong answer here, Josh. Obviously, obviously we'll see the night of, right? there has to be a right answer, but I feel like you can make a great account of each guy. You can make a good statement for each guy and why you think they're going to win. For me, I'm going to pick Mads Burnell, Josh. I think he's going to get it done. I think his ground game is better than Adam Boric. I think if it does end up down there, I think Adam Boric is going to be in more danger. I think in the stand-up, Adam Boric is going to give Mads Burnell some trouble. I'm just curious to see how fast Mads can take it to the ground, and if he's able to get the finish too, via submission.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a kind of both these guys are proficient on both the ground and on the feet. Oh, yeah. However, it's also one of those weird fights where, like, they're both proficient there, but, like, dude, like, we know who has the advantage where if it stays on the feet, obviously Boric. If it goes to the ground, Burnell. I think it's going to go to the ground. I'm going to take Mads Burnell. I'm on the same page there. I think it's going to be a great fight, though. I really think this is a nice stylistic fight. It's a low-key banger. Going to be 5 rounds. I kind of like it. Bellator has these cards where they obviously go all in. Like, for example, the card after this, they went all in. I mean, we got AJ McKee, Pitbull 2, Vadim Nemkov, Cordy Anderson, Aaron Pico, Jeremy Kennedy, Tim Johnson, Linton Vassell, Kyle Crutchmer's going to be back on that one.
Is that really the next one?
That's the next one, April 15th.
Dang, they're just going hard. Yeah, you're right.
They're going hard in the paint, dude. And then, like, the one after that, they're going to be in Hawaii. Which insane fucking card. Insane.
Road trip?
No, dude, no. I wish. But the co-main event on this one, also a very, very good low-key thing.
We can put it on the company card.
The company card. We'll put it on the credit card, bro. Put it on the credit card. Yeah, dude, another low-key banger. Phil Davis, who's coming off a huge win over Yoel Romero. Still one of the top guys in Bellator's light heavyweight division. He's ranked number 2. Taking on Julius Angelikas, who had a very, an admirable showing against Vadim Nemkov. Who do you got on this one?
Look, Josh, I gotta give it to you, man. It's Phil Davis. I think Mr. Wonderful, even at 37 years old, he's still gonna come out here, still gonna come perform. He's one of those guys, extremely hard to finish, tough as hell. I don't think I've ever really seen him in any sort of danger. I don't think Angelikas is giving any trouble, really. I think he's going to do maybe similar stuff that Nemkov did in his fight against Angelikas. Does he get to finish like Nemkov does? I don't know about that, but probably not. I mean, but that's just Phil Davis' style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he values position over anything else, and I'm kind of on the same page here. I like Julius Angelikas a lot. There's a homecoming fight for him. He fights out of St. Charles, Missouri. So
shout out.
I like him a lot. I think he's a fun guy, but I just think, like, man, it's going to be tough for him, especially 3 rounds. If this is 5 rounds, I feel maybe a little bit different. Like, maybe he can come on the later rounds. Maybe, Phil will get tired. At 37, we still haven't seen, I feel like at 37, we saw him in that Vadim Nemkov fight have some early success and start tiring down as the fight goes on, which kind of shows that he's kind of getting up there a bit in age. But 3 rounds, hell yeah, dude. Give me Phil Davis all day. I'm going to take Mr. Wonderful, getting another dub and working his way back to the title, dude. I think he's one of those guys that we're not going to truly appreciate until he's gone. I'll put it like that. His resume is insane. I said that after the Romero fight. I still think it now. I mean, if you look at his resume, dude, Romero, Machida, McGeary, McGeary twice, actually. Teixeira, Nogueira, Bosch, Gustafsson, Brian Stan. Like, he is an insane resume. So, as far as the rest of the card goes, my man, what is the other fight you want to go and highlight from this one?
Oh man, I always gotta shout out my favorite 155er that's not in the UFC. Goichi Yamamuchi, man, he's taking on Derek Anderson. I love Goichi Yamamuchi, Josh. I wish he was in the UFC. I'd love to see him fight in the UFC.
Oh man, dude, you haven't heard?
What?
This card that fight got scrapped.
Fuck, are you kidding me, Josh?
It got scrapped literally last night.
Oh, what happened? Who fucked up?
The reason is unknown at this time, according to an article that I'm reading.
God, someone better be some fucking reasonable shit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
I
man.
was so excited for that, man.
You were like so hyped. I heard it in your voice. You love.
I know. Derek Anderson's good too. He's fun.
I know. He's a fun guy. Fuck. I'm sorry, man. I hate to be the one to tell you.
It happens, man. It's just fuck, dude. You would have thought I had a family member die the way I reacted.
Fuck, man. Sorry, bro. I mean, what other fights?
They'll reschedule it. They always do that.
What other fights, dude, were you looking forward to?
Well, shit, I finally get to see J.J. Wilson fight after like 2 canceled fights. I mean, shit, he was supposed to fight Adam Boric, where they're like, shit, you can't make 145, so you gotta make 155 now. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious to see how the weight change goes. Obviously, 24 years young, representing New Zealand. Shout out to the Kiwis, the vibes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that should be fun. Opening up the main card, I see here. John Salter is going to be back against Johnny Eblen. John Salter, he kind of disappointed me a little bit in that last title fight. I thought he was going to have a show a little bit more against Gegard, but I think at this point I just got to come to the terms that Gegard Mousasi is going to keep on beating motherfuckers up until I'm dead, bro. I think that's just how the way it goes.
He might disappoint you again this weekend, Josh.
Yeah, Johnny Eblen's a good dude. He's good. He's solid. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. As far as the undercard goes, I really don't think there's a whole lot to really touch on. The only real guy I got to bring up is Cody Law.
Cody.
I love it when Bellator does this. They see these guys that are, maybe they're going to make their professional debut there. Maybe they haven't even started training. They'll be like, hey, you want to fight MMA? We'll sign you right now. We'll let you take all the time you need. He, made his professional debut in Bellator. He's 5-0 now. He's improved every single fight. And again, he's on the undercard here. He's not taking on some killer. No offense to James Adcock, He's 7-4.
Just you wait, Josh. Just you fucking wait.
And maybe, he's 7-4. Crazy things have happened, but I like the fact they signed guys like Cody Law, dude. I think he has the potential to be something great. Only 26. He's looked solid and looked better in every single fight. And they do that a lot with these guys, so.
You gotta let him develop.
They let him develop. I love it. I love to see it. Man, as far as Bellator goes, I believe that's all that there is to really touch on, unless I'm missing something.
Oh, we got it down, bro.
All right, sounds good. Now, last week, we did touch on this a little bit, so I feel like we kind of got to bring it up just to, close it out, I guess. Yeah, man. YouTube boxing. I watched this one. Angel, you mentioned buying pay-per-view. Did you buy the pay-per-view or did you go to your local Buffalo Wild Wings?
I tried to buy it, Josh, but they literally wouldn't let me buy it. I kid you not.
Oh, so you had to go to the local Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yes, I had to go to my local Buffalo Wild Wings. I had to go there and demand that they would, give me a set, fight.
Okay. Alright, yeah, sounds good. I didn't try to buy it. I'm surprised I didn't see it. I went straight to there. I went straight to Buffalo Wild Wings.
You just sent it there?
Oh yeah, I went straight there, honestly. Yeah, man. What can you even say at this point? Deji's 0-3. I mean, do you think you should call it quit?
He said he's not going to, man. He said he's not going to. Look, I'll give him this though. He looked better. The output was just not there, man. He was slipping punches good. He was moving well.
It was funny. Up until the second round when somebody charged the ring, I thought he looked good, dude.
He fucked with his mental. No, I was kidding.
Probably. It was a straight up 10 minute wait? Something like that? To reset the fight?
I don't know. It sucked though. It really did because, he just looked better defensively, which was great. He was moving. I'm not kidding you, dude. Out of all the YouTube boxers, and Dude, even I'm not gonna. I'm maybe even better than Jake slipping. Yeah, I'm gonna lie to you.
That doesn't mean a whole lot.
But it's still though. He looked pretty good for just a few months of finally getting his shit together. Imagine if he would have got his shit together since day one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it was pretty fucking solid. Like out of all the YouTube dudes, like that kind of movement. I mean, it wasn't perfect. You could see that like if he was a better guy, knew how to like take advantage of those angles and the switch ups. I mean, he'd be doing some serious damage. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, it was disappointing, man. There was a lack of output and. It just sucked, man, but his conditioning was significantly better. He looked like he was just a little bit more focused, but just wasn't getting the offense off, man, and it just sucked. And he didn't get beat up or anything either. He went the distance, he got to finish the fight out, but just some lack of output. And it's not like he was tired or anything, he just wasn't leaving it out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't even know what to say, man. Like, he looked improved, and everything past, like, round 2 was pretty rough, dude. Especially this final as he got tired again, dude. I don't even know what to really say. I feel like I'm. You ever see that clip Prince Nazim talking about Chris Eubank Jr. once he lost to I think it was George Groves. He's doing like an interview for like Sky Sports Boxing. He's like, what camera do I have to look into to tell Junior to finish? Like you're either good at boxing or you're not. Like Prince Nazim just going on. That's what
but is Prince Nazim looking like a water tank too though?
He is.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Yeah, bro, he's looking like a whole ass smart car. He's
like, if I can finish this plate, you can finish the fight.
Dude, but that's literally what I'm thinking of, dude. He's like, what camera do I have to look into to tell him to finish? Like,
not wrong though. Like,
that's how I feel. Did you see KSI talking about it?
Dude, I saw he uploaded a whole YouTube video to his channel. I didn't watch it, but I'm sure he was very disappointed.
He was like, dude, I told you to pull out of the fight. I told you on Christmas. If you're not going to take the fight seriously, pull out. You're going to lose. You're going to get embarrassed. And, you know.
JJ's just built different.
I mean, he kind of is, dude. I mean, he is. You
should box JJ.
Wasabi called him out. I'd watch it.
That's not a smart idea for Alex.
Jokes aside, who do you think? Because I said he's coming back. I've heard rumblings end of the year. That's what I've heard.
Really?
I've heard end of the year / early next year.
Granted, though, I feel like we've been hearing that JJ's going to come back for like a year and a half now, though. You know what I mean?
True, but this is apparently he's back in training. That's what his strength and conditioning coach said. If that's what his coach is saying, I take it more seriously than whenever like somebody like Keemstar says it.
I thought he was going to fight. I feel like the big money fight for him, like a serious fight with him, would have been Austin McBroom.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody wants to do business with Austin McBroom anymore.
Yeah, that's the issue.
So, I mean, I don't know who KSI would fight, honestly. Because, I mean, he said he wants to take a warm-up before he fights Jake. And that makes sense.
If he does fight Jake, dude, who fucking...
Oh, they have unfinished business. They're going to do it at some point.
Fuck, man, that's so crazy to think that it actually might happen, Josh.
I think it would... I understand that, you know, Jake says he's past it, that, you know, I'm past that point, I'm fighting big guys.
But that money's still really good in that fight, though.
That's big money in KSI. He's the only real YouTube boxer to have any real other success. Like, he's like the most relevant one. You could justify that, yeah. You could absolutely justify it. Let's be honest, I'd probably pick KSI over Tyron Woodley, if we're being completely honest.
Would you pick KSI against Tyron Woodley?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I'd pick KSI.
Oh my god.
Is it really that crazy?
It's that bad right now, isn't it, for T Wood?
Dude,
what's it called?
I'd pick you, Angel, I'm being dead serious. If you had 6 months of boxing training, I'd pick you over Tyron Woodley.
I mean, Josh, in the kind of conditioning, with the kind of strength I have right now, I think Tyron Woodley's fucked.
That's true. You guys don't know. Angel's fucking jacked right now. He's been hitting the gym for like 6 months straight. He is the mountain size. Okay,
I fucking wish.
Half-Lord Vorderson has nothing on him. You know, Eddie Hall's a bitch compared to Angel.
Yeah, only if, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, look, man, I think we kind of hit it all. Is there anything else we talk about before we close out?
Nothing specifically. I mean, Temper got robbed, but he's getting that fixed, so they're probably gonna run that back. You know, Pretty Boy Taylor was on this card too, Josh. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I did. Didn't he lose?
I thought he won. I don't know. Was it a draw?
Yeah.
I don't know. He called out Deji. I mean, he could win that one. Vitaly was on this card too, which was even weirder. Because, he's been in some controversy not too long ago. You remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, that's weird that they have him here. But
yeah, I mean, can they really not get anybody else?
Like, isn't Vitaly like was in super serious legal trouble? But I'm like, fuck it. I guess.
Yeah,
any publicity is good publicity.
I mean, normally I'd agree.
Yeah.
This is not that time though, dude.
I'm surprised he got away with this one though. I don't know how.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he if you guys don't know, Vitaly, the YouTuber, not Vitaly fucking, I don't know his last name, but regardless, he jumped out of the bushes and beat the shit out of a woman like a year ago.
Something like that, and yeah, fuck, I don't know what happened there. I don't know what ended up being. I didn't think we were going to see Vitaly ever again after that, but fuck, we did see Vitaly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, fuck, I don't even know what to say about it, dude. Like, yeah, apparently he only got $7,500 bond, and that was like in April 2020.
That's like nothing to Vitaly though. So
that's nothing. But our boy King Velasquez can't get bond, but this guy can.
I know, right?
I don't even want to touch on that because it makes me so upset.
We can talk about that after the show because I don't think you and me have like talked about it.
I don't think we have. But if you got, I mean, yeah.
We talked about what happened when it happened. We haven't talked about the aftermath, but we will in a minute afterwards.
We will in a minute. But as far as you guys know, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to get in trouble. But you guys know the King Velasquez situation and what he's currently locked up for and why he's currently.
Josh is just too woke. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't want to trouble.
You know.
No, I know why. I know.
You feel me?
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, as far as the show goes, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. I'm at Josh Evanoff on Twitter. He's at AngelFinger_01 at Courtside Sound for all things related to the show. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace and butt grease. Mouse click.